Hello everyone, Casey McCullen here, also known as Temple Chief High Priest Father KCM. Today I'm going to talk about why I don't support Trump anymore.
How did you find
I don't make videos like this very often,
from Mario Auditore, let me hear.
but I was a Trump supporter in his first term.
Kill him!
But
Kill the assassin!
he's changed a lot.
He's
He's basically changed on his second term that basically I can't support Trump anymore since he's criticized the new Pope. I mean, no matter who's the Pope, I'll always remain Catholic. It's just there's some things I agree and disagree with Pope Leo XIV on, but he is not as liberal as Pope Francis, in my opinion, because I read what political party he identifies with, and he's more like a centrist, which means that he's pretty neutral on political affiliations, that he's actually not as liberal as Pope Francis.
I need munitions.
And just to be clear, the Pope can't change the church's laws on marriage. They can't bless same-sex couples. They can't bless gay marriage. They can't conduct gay marriage at all because it's against church teaching. The Catholic Church has unchanged teachings. So what I'm saying is Trump is pretty much wrong about Pope Leo XIV being a liberal, because he's not as liberal as Pope Francis, because Pope Leo XIV, even though he may be pacifist on his views with the whole Iran issue, I still consider Pope Leo XIV a lot wiser than Pope Francis, because Pope Francis, he was too liberal to be Pope. And Pope Leo XIV, I think he's a lot wiser. So all I can say is, so basically what I'm saying is Pope Leo XIV seemed to be a lot wiser. But Trump, he's got valid points on some things, but he's right about one thing, that Muslims are evil and bad, and also is dangerous in American land. But he's wrong about he's just wrong about the Catholic Church. So what I'm saying is Pope Leo XIV, Trump has changed a lot on his second term. I agreed with his enforcement against Muslim immigration, but I think he's gone way too far when he targeted Catholics, especially the new Pope. Because it's like the Know-Nothing Party from the 1800s and 1960s and 70s all over again. Because if you know what the Know-Nothing Party is, they're basically today's Protestant Republicans. They're just like the Know-Nothing Party, a radical Protestant political party that basically targeted Catholics and was all whack jobs and paranoid about Catholics being in America. They targeted Catholics. They targeted Irish and German Catholic immigrants. So I haven't done an ancestry DNA test yet, but I'm sure in theory, since my heritage is Irish, German, and Scottish, I'm sure in theory Protestants have killed my Catholic ancestors, and that's what makes me more glad to not be Protestant ever again. Because I grew up non-denominational Protestant back in school, and I hated it. It made me feel miserable. It's made me feel like there was no way to. It made me feel like there was no way to. It basically made me feel like there was no way. It made me feel like there was no way to escape being manipulated into believing Catholics are evil, because I was searching for a tradition, and my mother, she lied to me about. She basically lied to me about Catholic history. She lied to me about she lied to me in her non-denominational Protestant church, because non-denominational Protestants, they lie all the time about Christian history. They're very anti-historical. They basically twist what Catholics believe in, because they believe in false prophets like Jack Chick and Alberto Rivera and all these other Protestants who target the Catholics in their propaganda pamphlets. So all I could say is, don't be Protestant. Protestantism lies all the time. So what I'm saying is, the Catholic Church is on the right side of Christian history. And basically Trump, he was right on his first term, but he's wrong about Catholics. He's wrong about Pope Leo XIV being a liberal, because the Catholic Church doesn't really support politics, because the Catholic Church basically remains neutral on politics when it comes to basically, because basically the Pope is a religious leader, not a political leader. So what I'm saying is, Trump has changed a lot in his second term that I'm not gonna support him anymore because of his criticism against Catholics. At least he did well against the Muslim invaders, such as killing the ISIS leader. That's the only thing I agreed with, but I disagree with his views on the Catholic Church. That basically, I'm only voting for Catholic Republicans now. If I wanted to vote for a Protestant Republican, it would have to be a Republican that supports Catholic values and also allies with Catholics, because the Catholic Church is on the right side of Christian history, and we need a Catholic Republican president someday. So I think JD Vance would be a wise president, since JD Vance is probably one of the most Catholic Republicans in America, since I think it'd be wise we had a Catholic Republican president, because it's hard to find Catholic Republicans in America, since the percentage of Catholic Republicans is a lot lower than Catholic Democrats, even though Democrat Catholics are not real Catholics, because everything they do is against Catholic teaching. So I'm saying is, support JD Vance when the next election comes. So basically Trump, he's changed a lot in his second term. I only supported his first term, but I can't support his second term. I have my own Republicans to support, mostly Catholic Republicans. So basically, I don't want the Know Nothing Party to return persecuting Catholics, because they're just like the Puritans. Basically, the Know Nothing Party, they were like the American version of Oliver Cromwell's followers, because Oliver Cromwell targeted Irish Catholics, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I pray we have a Catholic Republican president someday, and I pray that we will make America Catholic again. Because that would be my slogan, is make America Catholic again. Because we need a Catholic Republican president, and that would make things a lot wise. Because Catholics are on the right side of history, if they're conservative, yes. So just because the percentage of Catholic Republicans is lower than Democrats doesn't mean that there's no such thing as a Catholic Republican. Because if you read what Catholics believe in the Catechism, you realize Catholics are more conservative than any other denomination. So all I could say is, vote for JD Vance on the second term, because that would make things a lot wiser. That would make things a lot more free. It would make Catholics a lot safer than being oppressed by Protestants, especially evangelicals, born-agains, etc. Because they targeted Catholics for centuries, not with violence, but with persecution, disturbing Catholic masses. So what I'm saying is, I mean, Protestants still target Catholics with violence, just not a lot in America, but mostly in Ireland, where the Orange Order, which is a Protestant nationalist group, they targeted Catholics and killed them in Ireland. Basically, they're like the Know-Nothing Party. But what I'm saying is, vote for JD Vance on the second term. It would make things a lot wiser. It would make things a lot safer for Catholics, because Catholic Republicans are on the right side of Christian history and politics. So that's all I want to tell you guys. See you guys on the next video. God bless you all in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.